What is going on, YouTube? Back with another video. I am currently eating some salmon and rice while I am on my lunch, and I wanted to make this video for you guys real quick. Salmon. Yo, do you guys say salmon or salmon? I say salmon just to piss people off. I'm keeping it a buck. I literally just say salmon. I mean salmon. Fuck. Anyways, what do I want to say? So I took 2 trades. One of them was a complete scam. Inverse for value gaps are a complete scam, and then we're gonna talk about that trade at the very end. But I want to talk about this trade right over here, just because you know, I don't want to draw all of this out again, right? So let's just jump into it. Off the morning, we did see this 15-minute for value gap get inversed. And I was like, okay, this 15-minute get value gets inversed. I kind of want us to see higher, right? And that's exactly what happens. We do end up seeing high, or actually, I could just talk about the trade. Let me just replay this. So let's just ignore all of this right over here. Let's just ignore all of this, right? Oh, here, can I undo? Oh, that's perfect. Cool. So we just inverse this 15-minute gap, right? Okay, and I'm like, okay, if we inverse this 1 minute, I'm taking this 1 minute. It's gonna look something like this, and I want to target this high right over here, right? So this was my trade. This is what I wanted. This was my first trade of the day. This is what I really wanted. Not only that, if you look on the 4-hour, we do have a bunch of engineered highs sitting over here, right? We have these highs sitting, these highs sitting. So we've been building a bunch of low resistance liquidity run, and again, potentially we could probably target all of this next week, especially because Trump comes into presidency. Who knows, right? But that's just something to keep an eye out. So let's zoom into the 1 minute. So in the 1 minute, what I was looking for was this 1 minute for value gap to get taken, right? And we have good momentum here. Like, look at this momentum, right? So I'm taking this. We have good momentum, good singular for value gap. You know, draw liquidity for me was obvious. Was this high, right? So I entered off of this. Again, remember we just inversed a 15-minute. So I enter off of this, and we just shoot back down. Inverse for value gaps are a scam. Right? I'm just playing. I love inverse for value gaps. They're very useful. This is what I usually trade for the most part. But I don't really know why this actually just not end up working. Yeah, I mean, this looked really good too. And then we have just good momentum. And I'm pretty sure ES, let me see. I think the reason why this had failed, because ES had already taken out its high. The high for NQ right here on ES, it's this one right over here, right? So ES had already taken out its high, and then NQ is just trying to play catch up, right? But since I saw this good momentum here, like such an expansion move, and then this for value gap right over here gets inverse with good momentum, it marks off like 3 out of my boxes for like a setup, and I ended up taking it and it just didn't work, right? So I wanted to call it off here, but it was really whatever. Let me go ahead and just Control Z my way back to all of my drawings. Please come back. Please come back. Bet. Cool. So we're back. So that was the first trade I ended up taking. Now the second trade, we're gonna actually talk about it right now. So if you look on the 15-minute, this inverse for value gap gets inverse, right? And I wanted us to see us take this high, but I guess we didn't. So we started reversing back. Okay. So I was just keeping my eyes out just to see what price wanted to do, because I already taken 1 trade. If I take 1 more, this is probably gonna be my last one, unless I revenge trade or like over trade and stuff like that. So this trade was gonna be my last one. I was just waiting to see what price wanted to happen. I was okay with just taking my L for the day. It was down like 150. So again, I was just watching. and I see us starting to come back, right? So I see us starting to retrace it back into this 15-minute inverse for value gap right over here that you see. I even have it marked out, this 15-minute. Not only that, if you look on the 5-minute, there's an order block right over here. This order block price comes back down, retraces back to this order block as well as this 15-minute inversion, and we start seeing some move back up. And I'm like, okay, cool. We could potentially start to see, you know, again, a buy side curve, right? Here's a buy side model. I just wanted to see some confirmation on the lower time frame while doing that. So I zoom into the 1 minute, and so we're bouncing off of this 1 minute for value gap. Now I think this was the better entry. If I was a little bit more confident, yeah, right. This would have been a better entry. So your entry would have looked something like this, and then target these highs, right? But I did not take this. Again, I had one more trade in me left, so I was just like, I'll just continue watching, right? So it starts to expand up, and what I start to notice is that we form a 5 minute for value gap right over here, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just play off of this 5 minute, see what happens. Zooming into the 1 minute again, we do actually get an SMT with ES. So this is the, yeah, so NQ failed to take out this low, ES did, right? So SMT right over here, here's the SMT on ES, is just this line right over here, right? So there's an SMT, we're inside a 5 minute, and we keep just bouncing off of it, right? We keep bouncing off of it, and we actually put in a 5 minute order block once this candle actually expands up, right? So we do have a 5 minute order block right here over here as well. Let me go ahead and label that for you guys. 5 minute order block, there it is. And so where did I enter? I actually entered off a BPR right over here. Saw this got inverse, I entered off of this candle closure, and I was like, okay, my stop loss is going to be under, right? I'm gonna use this SMT wick, and also this is under the 5 minute, right? So if price was truly wanted to be bearish, it would inverse this 5 minute and then continue lower, right? So it would stop me out. So I had a pretty big stop loss. This was still 20 points though. Price wasn't that volatile today. So 20 points allowed me to do a bigger stop loss, right? So I entered off of the BPR, and you know, I was just holding. It was like a little bit of chop. I was getting scared a little bit, right? Because I thought it was gonna stop me out. SMT happened, and then we actually ended up taking out this high, and my next target was this high over here, right? But we don't actually end up getting that. Price actually just ends up reversing back to the downside. So on the 5 minute, as soon as I see us inverse this 5 minute right over here and not using it as a regular for value gap and continuing higher, I had scaled all of my position out and I was done for this trade. And that's how I ended the day off with 330. So pretty solid. The first trade, actually, I actually don't know why the first trade did not work. Like this trade has looked really good. Inverse for value gaps are a complete scam. I hate them. Don't trade them. They're bad. Look at this. Boom. Entered. Straight candle down. All right, bro. Whatever. Right. But that is pretty much it. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Again, Friday, I'm pretty sure, is a holiday when the market is not going to be open. But, I mean, on Monday, the market is not going to be open because it's a holiday. And Trump comes into presidency, right? So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of this. Again, I'm going to show you guys my thought process. So we do have this 4 hour right over here. We ended up expanding. And so just to keep watching out, you know, we do have all of these engineered highs right over here just sitting. This is just built up low resistance liquidity run, right? So these highs are just probably waiting to get taken out soon. Who knows? We can take it out next week, or we could just continue building more low resistance liquidity run, right? As you can see here, we could just continue building it. And yeah, so this is just something to keep in mind on the higher time frame, just going into next week. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.